Hey, boys and girls, it is so good to be back with you. Today, we are going to start perhaps my most favorite children's book ever written by my most favorite author of children's books. And when I say children's books, he writes books for your age and a little bit above 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th grade. This book is a book called The Wednesday Wars. We did have one group read it. The Wednesday Wars by Gary D. Schmidt, which is appropriate since today is Wednesday. If you look at this cover, you can see there's a rat there and a rat there, and there's a kid there kind of freaking out. And you can see this thing right here. It did win the Newbery. It is an amazing story set in Long Island, New York in the 1960s. It talks about a time period that was crazy. So many weird and strange and odd things happened during the time of our book. Obviously, you can tell that Gary Schmidt was affected by this, but we're going to get to learn so much about history of our country through this book. We're going to learn about the Vietnam War. We're going to learn about Martin Luther King Jr. and Robert Kennedy. We're going to learn about Cuba. We're going to learn about Walter Cronkite. We're going to learn about all of these really amazing people and places and things, and eventually have some informative writing that goes along with that. But in this book, we're going to be learning a brand new strategy, not only to help you write as we read, but also to help you think as you read. And that strategy is called the CROP QVS. And the CROP QVS focuses on so much of our curriculum. We're going to be talking about connections, reactions, opinions, predictions, questions, visualizations, and summaries. And we're going to be writing them every single day. And I know it doesn't sound, you're probably sitting there thinking, oh my gosh, Mr. Pete, what are you going to do to us? It is writing, and I'm not going to lie, it's going to force you to have a little bit of grit. Like, you're going to have to kind of put your brain really into this story, because the writing that's going to have to come out of this book is going to have to be amazing. But I promise you, like, if you do it right, like, we are going to nail everything that's important for the rest of our year through the way that we do this book and then the book that comes after. We are going to finish Where the Red Fern Grows, but that's for another day. We are going to be, of course, talking about all of our literary elements in our curriculum. We're going to be talking about similes and metaphors. We're going to be talking about hyperbole, and we're going to be talking about irony. We're going to be talking about characters and plot and character change and character traits. We're going to be talking about conflict, lots of conflict. For crying out loud, the book's called The Wednesday Wars. When you've got a book that has wars in the title, you know there's going to be a little bit of conflict. We're going to get to that conflict today as we read the first section of chapter 1, which is September of the school year. So just know that today, as we dip our toes back into school, we're going to read a little bit, we're going to talk about the main characters, and we're going to do a little bit of writing. We're just going to get our feet wet. We're going to get back into learning. But my expectations are you follow along. Now, I am going to email this to you, but there has been some trouble with the email. So today you might not have the ability to look at the book. Just know the whole first chapter in this, I've taken notes on. I haven't taken all of the notes, but all of the notes that are important are going to be coming to you. There are other things, and you can label on your iPads just like we do in class. Now, obviously, since you're going to be watching the YouTube channel of me reading this with you, you can't use your iPad to read and to listen to me read at the same time. If you have two ways to, like, if you can watch on your phone and read on your iPad, or if you have a computer, you can, of course, watch the YouTube video and you can read with me. That's fantastic. If you have to watch the video and then go through the book again and kind of go back and forth, that's okay too. Please realize that how you go through this is really up to you. So please check your emails. If the emails don't work, don't worry about it. Now, you can go through Gmail online to get this if you can't figure out how to do it. So those of you that know how to get your emails from home, please do that. Those of you that don't, maybe talk to your parents. You can use your 28 underscore to just go right into Google. and get your stuff. If you can't get it today, don't worry about it. If you can't get it tomorrow, don't worry about it. You'll get the book eventually. Just let me know here in Class Dojo if you can't get to it, okay? That's about it. We're going to get started with Wednesday Wars. This should be a ton of fun, and over the next week, I'll talk to you a little bit more about where the red fern grows, how we're going to finish that, and what our next book's going to be, but we're going to be focusing on this. So no crop QVS today. Starting tomorrow, we're going to dip our toes into that, okay? All right? Enjoy the Wednesday Wars. Here we go, Chapter 1, September.